Hello everyone, and I'm Autobot Sonic the Telltale Gamer, bringing the latest and everything Telltale games, Transformers, and more. So first off, I would like to apologize again for yet again another almost 2-month-long break that I've been on since my last video, which was a review of the Clementine one-shot that was included in Skybound X Issue 1. There were a few videos I was thinking about making in the meantime, specifically ones about like who I believe the final DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to be, as well as a few Dead by Daylight videos covering the new DLC season, Battle Pass, as well as a few other things. Those videos may be coming out, they might not be. I'll get to that later, but one thing I definitely want to cover about is, of course, the upcoming Life is Strange True Colors. So, with today, as I'm recording this, August 21st, 2021, we are less than 3 weeks away from the release of the third main entry in the Life is Strange franchise with Life is Strange True Colors, which will set the story of Life is Strange far into uncharted territory with a brand new protagonist, a brand new power, and a brand new location and story for this character to solve. And I gotta say, I'm really excited for this. Like, the Life is Strange series, I've just always loved this, even since back in 2015. Now, it's been 6 years now the Life is Strange series has existed. Since 2015 with Season 1. We had Before the Storm in 2017. We had Season 2 that ran from 2018 to 2019. And now we're getting the third main entry in the series with Life is Strange True Colors. So, if you're not new to this channel, you know by now that I've made several everything you need to know about videos for a multitude of topics I love. My most popular ones have been, in fact, with The Walking Dead, the final season, how I did one for nearly every single episode of the game as they came out. I even did one for The Wolf Among Us Season 2 when it was revealed to still be in production back at the 2019 VGAs. And now we are here at the with 3 weeks left to talk about before Life is Strange True Colors comes out. I feel there's no better way to talk about the next main entry in the Life is Strange franchise than I didn't think one video could do this game justice. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually going to be splitting this Everything You Need to Know About Life is Strange True Colors series into 3 separate videos, one for each week leading up to the release of Life is Strange True Colors. So in this first video, we'll be discussing basically the basics of Life is Strange True Colors. That's basically just going to over a very, very broad interpretation of what the story is going to be about, who our main character is in comparison to our last 3 main characters with Max, Chloe, and Sean, what our main locale is going to be for True Colors, what the power is compared to Seasons 1 and 2, and everything else. And then next week, we'll be diving into the story of our main character, Alex, and what her power will be, and going more into a very deep dive into how her story will differentiate from Max's story in Season 1, Chloe's in Before the Storm, and Sean and Daniel's in Season 2. So, without further ado, if you are excited about Life is Strange True Colors as much as I am, be sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is basically what is Life is Strange True Colors. Now, for those of you who haven't been catching up, who haven't been caught up really, or just haven't been really like following the story of True Colors a lot, Life is Strange True Colors is the third main entry in the Life is Strange franchise, and will be developed by Deck 9 Games, who you may recognize were the creators of the prequel to Life is Strange 1 called Life is Strange Before the Storm. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, like, oh, why is Deck 9 making the next main Life is Strange game if Don't Nod have been doing it since before? And that was with, they made Life is Strange 1, they made Life is Strange 2, why aren't they making Life is Strange True Colors? And according to an interview with some Don't Nod developers, apparently they don't actually own the rights to the Life is Strange franchise. The rights to the Life is Strange franchise is actually owned by the publisher of the series, Square Enix, and they can basically just have whoever they want to make the games. They just happen to have Don't Nod come back on to do Life is Strange 2 a couple years ago. So that raises the question, actually, what is in the store for the future of Life is Strange if Deck 9 is making the next Life is Strange game? Are they basically gonna have Deck 9 become the main developers of the Life is Strange franchise now, and basically Don't Nod's just kind of just forced to work on whatever else they want to now? They can't make another Life is Strange game? Or maybe they just want to see how Deck 9 does a more mainstream Life is Strange game instead of a prequel like they did with Before the Storm, and see how it compares to Don't Nod having already made Life is Strange 2, because while I personally love Life is Strange 2 and think it's the best Life is Strange game so far, a lot of people don't share the same sentiment that I did. They thought the politics were too, like, in your face compared to Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm, and While I understand that, like, confronting real-world issues isn't really easy for some people, I don't think really just saying that having politics in games is a bad thing. I thought that a lot of people thought that the presentation of like racism in Life is Strange 2 was very cartoonish and such, but that's the thing. A lot of people think it's cartoonish, but the sad state of affairs is that's how people, unfortunately, some people treat others, minorities, in this world. And I think Don't Nod did a great job in showing how, even though it looks so ridiculous, that, like, you find it so hard to believe that people can actually be this terrible to other human beings just because of their race. Those people, unfortunately, do exist in the world, and it's our job, it's the Don't Nod's developers' job to bring these kinds of behaviors and people to light in other people and try to make sure they understand that these people exist and that what they are doing is not cool. But anyway, rant aside about that, Life is Strange True Colors, I'm really excited for as the third main entry. The fact that Deck 9 is going to be making it, we'll get to see how Deck 9 handles a fully original Life is Strange game compared to just using a prequel like they did with Before the Storm. And it'll be interesting to see how Deck 9 handles a more mainstream Life is Strange game. So to make a long story short, what exactly is the plot of Life is Strange True Colors, and how does it differ from the past stories of Life is Strange where we had Seasons 1, Before the Storm, and Season 2? So, because you remember, Season 1 was the story of Max Caulfield, a high school senior in Blackwell Academy in Oregon, where she and her best friend Chloe Price reunite after about, I believe, it's like 5 years, and they're working together to help try and solve the mystery of what happened to Chloe's best friend slash lover, Rachel Amber, while at the same time trying to stop a tornado from destroying her town that will arrive at the end of the week. Before the Storm takes place 3 years prior to the events of Season 1, which has Chloe meeting Rachel for the first time, and basically follows her learning about herself while also potentially forming a friendship or even romance with Rachel, while helping Rachel solve a dark secret involving her family's past. And then finally, with Season 2, we have the story of Sean and Daniel Diaz, who are two brothers 3 years after the events of Season 1, or actually, 3 years after the events of Season 1, where after an altercation results in their father being killed by a police officer, and Daniel unlocking telekinetic powers that ends up accidentally killing said officer, Sean and Daniel are forced to go on the run across the west coast of the US from the police as they try to make their way to their father's hometown in Puerto Lobos, Mexico, meeting all kinds of people, both good and bad, on the journey there. And it was just a really, really good story. So, where does Life is Strange True Colors story fall in with all these other coming-of-age stories? So, with Life is Strange True Colors, the game revolves around the story of Alex Chen, a 21-year-old woman who is reuniting with her older brother Gabe after 8 years in his new home of Haven Springs, Colorado in the Midwestern United States. Now, this is incredible for a bunch of reasons. First off, with Alex being 21 years old, that makes her canonically the oldest Life is Strange protagonist we've had in a game so far. This is comparison to Max, who was 18 during the events of Season 1. We had Chloe, who was 16 during events of Before the Storm, even though she was 19 during events of Season 1. And then we had Sean and Daniel, who are both 9 and barely 16 years old during events of Season 2. Like, I think Sean just turned 16, like, maybe like a week before Season 2 actually starts. And so now we have Alex, who's 21 years old. She's a lot more grown up than all of our other protagonists, though her personality seems to blend more in so with Max, and that she's more of an introvert, unlike Sean and Chloe, who are more extroverted in nature. And I'm interested to see that and see how Alex's personality and like how she reacts to other characters compares to that of Max, Chloe, Sean, and Daniel in previous Life is Strange games. So the story revolves around her reuniting with her brother Gabe in this town of Haven Springs, Colorado, and basically just getting to know all these people. But unfortunately, tragedy strikes when somehow Gabe dies in some sort of accident. Now, Alex, during this, we learned that Alex has a power of her own, similar to how Max and Daniel had their own powers in Life is Strange 1 and 2. With Max, she of course had the power to rewind time, and Daniel of course had telekinesis. With with Alex's power, she sort of has power kind of similar to, if you know Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's similar to that in the fact that Alex is an empath of sorts, and that she can sense other people's feelings. Now, I'll be diving more into basically Alex's backstory and how her powers are really good for the Life is Strange franchise going forward in next week's video. But to make a long story short, what Alex can do is essentially she can see how people are truly feeling and basically confront those people about how they're feeling, like if they're sad or not. And this is, of course, what their feelings are demonstrated by is a colored aura that surrounds them. Purple for fear, red for anger, blue for sadness, or yellow for joy. Which, of course, yes, if you've seen the Pixar movie Inside Out, it's basically Inside Out the video game. I made that joke back when Life is Strange True Colors was announced earlier this year, and I'm still sticking by that. This is basically just Inside Out the game, which I don't mind at all because I loved Inside Out as a movie. And I'm interested to see how a power like reading minds to understand people's emotions is going to be compared to time traveling and telekinesis. I think that's such a cool power. I'm interested to see how it goes compared to those other two powers. Of course, no good game is without its own cast of characters, both large and small. So, rounding out the main cast of Life is Strange True Colors, first off is, of course, as I said before, our main character, Alex Chen, who will be played by Erica Mori. Now, full disclosure, all the actors I'm about to mention, like aside from a few, they don't really have any other like small, like big acting credits behind them. This isn't like Ashley Birch voicing Chloe back in Life is Strange Season 1. These are all fairly like new or just like up and coming voice actors and actresses who are voicing these main characters in Life is Strange True Colors, and I actually really like to see that. I love to see, as much as I love hearing like your Troy Bakers and Nolan Norths in video games, it's always cool to see like game developers reach out to newer voices in games and take risks on larger games with these actors and try to help jumpstart their careers. I think that's really, really cool. So with Alex being voiced by Erica Mori, we go on to her older brother Gabe, who will be played by Han Soto, and it's Soto, not Solo, to be confused with the Star Wars character, which I thought it was at first. Gabe, even though we know that he is doomed to die early on in this game, I do think that Gabe is going to be an interesting character to interact with, and we may even see flashbacks of him later on in the game after he dies. But it'll be interesting to see how Gabe's death impacts Alex as a character. Along with that are the two other major characters of Life is Strange True Colors. The first being Gabe's best friend, Ryan, who is voiced by Eric Emery. And now Ryan, to me, seems like just kind of like a laid-back dude. He kind of actually reminds me a lot of Lewis from The Walking Dead, the final season, only a bit more jockey, kind of mixed in with a bit of Marlon from The Walking Dead final season as well, but a lot more friendly way and not in a douchebag way of sorts. And then finally, our last character is actually a returning character from Life is Strange Before the Storm, and that is Stephanie, or Steph, who is being reprised by her original voice actress from Before the Storm, Caddy Bence. And I gotta say, I was super, super excited to see Stephanie return from Life is Strange Before the Storm. She was one of my favorite characters that Deck 9 created for that prequel, and it's awesome to see that she will be involved in this game as a main character, and even more so than that, as she will be getting her own prequel DLC in certain editions of Life is Strange True Colors. I'll be talking more about that later at the end of this video. But yeah, Gabe, Alex, Steph, and Ryan all seem like really, really cool characters, and I'm looking forward to getting to know all of each of them as the game comes out. And of course, we'll be talking more about Alex and Gabe in next week's video, but in 2 weeks from now, we'll also be talking about Stephanie and Ryan and the larger community of Haven Springs in the video 3 weeks from now, right before the release of True Colors. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and dive into what exactly makes Haven Springs so special. I also forgot to mention that unlike Life is Strange 1, Life is Strange Before the Storm, and Life is Strange 2, Life is Strange True Colors breaks the mold of the Life is Strange franchise even further in the fact that this will be the first Life is Strange game that is not episodic. At least not in the traditional sense, per se. So, for example, back in Life is Strange 1, Episode 1 was released in late January 2015, but Episode 2 didn't actually come out until a month later in early March of 2015. This continued for 5 episodes until the final one was released in late October of that year. Similarly, Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 was released in September of 2018, but Episode 5 didn't come out until over a year later in December of 2019. So, unlike those games, Life is Strange True Colors, when it releases on September 10th of this year, it will be released with the entire game, start from finish, will be in there. It won't be broken down into episodes, or at least released episodically, but Deck 9 has confirmed that even though the game will be released in full at launch, the game still will be broken up into chapters that will basically serve as intermissions between the games. So at least that I'm happy about, that we can sort of take breaks in between episodes or these chapters and basically take time to process what just happened. We're not just gonna play through a game from start to finish, unlike the others which just played in episodes. That I'm really, really happy about, and as someone who much prefers when games actually come out over the course of a year instead of just binging it all at once, I'm really happy about that. Like, a good medium for that would be like what Tell Me Why did early last year, where they released they developed all 3 episodes of the game at once, but then released episode 1 first, then released episode 2 a week after that, then released episode 3 a week after that. So yeah, Life is Strange True Colors will be released as a full game on September 10th of 2021 for everyone to enjoy from start. You can play the whole game, all of the chapters from start to finish. I'm not quite sure if there's going to be 4, 5, or even more chapters than that. Some rumors seem to appear that the game will only feature 4 chapters, but we'll have to wait and see for that. So similarly to Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm, where we had a singular location in the town of Arcadia Bay that we just spent the whole game exploring all the different inhabitants and locations in that setting, Life is Strange True Colors is very similar in that regard, with its main setting of Haven Springs, Colorado. So, unlike Life is Strange 1 and 2, and even Before the Storm, which all took place in the Pacific Northwest, well, in Life is Strange 2's case, at least in the beginning of that story, Life is Strange True Colors breaks the mold by having us move into the Midwestern United States, which is a locale I'm actually really excited for, to see how Deck 9 handles a brand new location in Life is Strange that we've never really seen before. And it'll be something interesting to see something new for a change. And immediately, I'm getting sort of flashbacks to Life is Strange 1 in the sense that the tone of this game feels very similar to that of Life is Strange 1, where Life is Strange 1 was all about Max and Chloe working through Arcadia Bay and talking with all the different crazy people there to try and figure out what happened to Rachel, while also figuring out a way to stop the tornado. Life is Strange True Colors is going to be all about Alex working with Steph and Ryan to go around Haven Springs, figure out what exactly is going on in a town, about how Gabe, her brother, died, and just also find out more about herself in the process. And we've seen more of this in a few interviews with developers of Life is Strange True Colors, where they confirmed that you'll be able to form deep friendships with both Stephanie and Ryan, and actually be able to romance one of them, which I believe is going to be really, really cool to see. I'm currently leaning more towards Steph to romance in my first playthrough, but depending on how Ryan acts, I may end up choosing him instead. It's kind of 50-50 for me right now, but maybe like 55% towards Steph, if I'm being totally honest. And yeah, that's pretty much so far literally everything as far as the basics of Life is Strange go. But before I end this video, I'm going to go ahead and discuss all the different versions that you can buy Life is Strange True Colors in, or pre-order them as, and basically help you all decide which version of the game you should get if you're going to get the game at all. Now it's time to talk about what version of Life is Strange True Colors you should buy or pre-order if you're, depending on what you're looking for out of the game. So if you're looking to just pre-order the regular version of Life is Strange True Colors, that is going to run you about $60 US, which I was actually really surprised by in that sense, considering that Life is Strange 1 and 2, they were only around like maybe $30 to $40, I remember correctly. And then Life is Strange Before the Storm, which was a prequel, that cost around, I believe, $15 to $20, maybe $30 if you bought the deluxe edition. So the fact that Life is Strange True Colors is going to be $60, just the base game, that tells me that I feel like it's going to have a lot of stuff in the game, and I'm actually quite excited for that. On top of that, if you pre-order Life is Strange True Colors instead of just buying it at launch, you get access to the Alex Chen outfit pack, which similarly to Life is Strange Before the Storm, where you were able to customize Chloe in every single episode and have her wear different outfits, and if you pre-ordered the game, you got access to various other bonus outfits like her original Season 1 outfit. The Alex Chen outfit pack gives you 4 unique outfits for Alex to wear in the first 4 chapters of Life is Strange True Colors. I'll go ahead and read the description for this DLC right here. Pre-order Life is Strange True Colors now to receive these 4 additional in-game outfits for Alex. This pre-order content will also be available to purchase after the release of Life is Strange True Colors. Expand your wardrobe with 4 exclusive outfits for Alex with unique designs that celebrate Valkyrie, the feline fury of the record store, and the other cats of Haven Springs. The Alex outfit pack will add 1 optional outfit to your wardrobe in each of the first 4 chapters of the game. As I say before, that's where the rumor comes in that Life is Strange True Colors will have at least 4 chapters. It may have 5 or even more than that, but it is confirmed that there will be 4 chapters. So starting off in chapter 1, you will be able to get the Curiosity in Red outfit, which is catch a glimpse of a black cat peeking out from Alex's dark denim jacket. As we see here, this is the first one outfit here of her Alex wearing the denim jacket with the little red cat hoodie in the top, but I think it's actually really cute and probably honestly my favorite of all of these outfits. After that, in chapter 2, you get the Hit the Decks outfit, which has Alex wearing this really cute, kind of reminds me of the keyboard cat meme of Alex just wearing a simple like t-shirt with a cat like doing like a DJ thing, which I think is really cute and funny. For chapter 3, you will get the Hiss Story Repeating outfit, which is sort of it's sort of like a more formal outfit. It's Alex wearing a button-down shirt with like a little cat pattern all over it, which I think is actually kind of funny considering like just how out of place the cats are. And then finally in chapter 4, you get access to the Purple Pocket shirt, which I think is also honestly like another cute one. It's of Alex wearing this short purple t-shirt, and in the little shirt pocket right there you can see a little cap peeking out of it, which very fits the title of it, and I think honestly is a really cute one. If I had to say what my favorite one is, it's definitely had to go with the first one, the one that's going to be in chapter 1, then probably the one in chapter 2, then chapter 4. The chapter 3 one's probably my least favorite, but they're all, it's definitely like, if it's just like something fun to get if you pre-order the game, so why not pick it up? Of course though, if you're looking for a more bang for your buck, then go ahead and pre-order the Life is Strange True Colors Deluxe Edition. Now this bundle costs an extra $10, bringing your total for buying on the game up to a whopping $70 US, but trust me, the Deluxe Edition sounds like it will definitely be worth it. So in addition to everything that came in the regular version of Life is Strange True Colors, which is the base game and the Alex Chen outfit pack, this also gives you access to 2 other pieces of DLC. In the Deluxe Edition of Life is Strange True Colors, you also get access to the Life is Strange Hero outfit pack, which I'm really excited for, as it basically gives you 4 extra outfits for Alex that give her outfits based off the previous main characters of the Life is Strange franchise. As Deck 9 states in the official description of the Life is Strange Hero pack, change up Alex's look with 4 new outfits inspired by past protagonists. The pack includes clothing inspired by Chloe Misfits skull, Sean's Wolf Squad hoodie, Daniel's Space Mission shirt, and Max's Jane Doe outfits, with 1 outfit available for Alex to wear in each chapter of the main game. Now here's another thing. This outfit, this description says that it says to wear in each chapter of the game, while the Alex outfit pack said the first 4 chapters of the game. Now, I don't have, I'm gonna post a picture of them right now, and the outfits are very similar to, the outfits that we had in the Alex outfit pack. They're kind of just reskinned. For example, you have the Chloe one, where she's got the black denim jacket with the skull design t-shirt underneath it. With the Sean hoodie one, you have her wearing the, his Wolf Squad hoodie on a shirt, I believe. With the Space Mission, one, it's the button-down shirt, but it's red and has Daniel's rocket pattern all over it. And then with Max's Jane Doe one, it's the shorter t-shirt with the infamous Jane Doe logo that Max had on her shirt back in episode 1 of Life is Strange 1. But on top of that, the biggest selling point of the Deluxe Edition is that it also gives you access to a brand new prequel DLC called Life is Strange Wavelengths. Now, Life is Strange Wavelengths takes place a year before the events of Life is Strange True Colors, where you'll be playing as Stephanie as she arrives in Haven Point and begins to take over the KRCT radio station. I'll go ahead and read the description for this right now, but this DLC will not be coming at launch with Life is Strange True Colors. The Wavelengths DLC has been confirmed to be released a few weeks after the release of Life is Strange True Colors on September 30th. So I'll definitely be doing a Let's Play of the Wavelengths DLC after my main playthrough of Life is Strange True Colors is over. But I'll go ahead and read the description of Life is Strange Wavelengths right now. In the exclusive bonus story Life is Strange Wavelengths, play as Steph a year before Alex came to Haven Springs in a standalone story set in the iconic Rocky Mountain Record Trader Store and KRCT radio station. Step into Steph's booth as the all-new radio show host for KRCT, Haven's best and only radio station. Over 4 seasons, discover more about Steph's past and her relationships as she makes her mark on the record store, uncovers its secrets, and decides her future. You're the DJ in this story. Choose records from the playlist, ad-lib your way through local commercials, and help Steph compose an own original song. Give D20-powered advice to callers with problems both serious and mundane, GM a tabletop RPG, and reach out to reconnect with an old friend. Now, who this old friend is, I'll leave that to you to decide, but I'll be discussing more about that in a video that'll be coming out after Life is Strange True Colors releases, where I'll be discussing everything you need to know about Life is Strange Wavelengths, as Deck 9 just a few days ago actually put out a trailer for Life is Strange Wavelengths, and I'll be going over that trailer in full shortly after Life is Strange True Colors releases. So if you're excited for that video, be sure to comment it below and stay tuned for that video in the coming weeks. Back to the description of Wavelengths though. There's more info on Small Town Pride, where you swipe left or right on Steph's dating app matches and join Steph as she reminisces about formative Pride's past. See the record store change over the seasons as Steph asserts her personality and discovers its hidden history in surprising spaces as you explore, and features all new soundtrack with hits from Girl in Red, Alt J, Portugal, The Man, Foles, Haley Kiyoko, Maribou State, and more that set the tone for Steph's journey, with each packing an emotional punch. Now, several of these were artists that were featured previously in the Life is Strange franchise, most specifically with Before the Storm and Life is Strange 2, actually. I recognize most of those in. But yeah, if you really like Steph in Before the Storm and want to know more about her story, and even just get more out of Life is Strange True Colors, definitely go ahead and pick up the Life is Strange Deluxe Edition, because not only do you get those awesome Life is Strange hero outfits that give Alex even more outfits to wear, you're gonna get an awesome prequel DLC with Steph as the main character. I'm interested to see what Life is Strange Wavelengths will be about. And finally, for the ultimate Life is Strange fan, I can think of no other better option edition for you to buy than the Life is Strange True Colors Ultimate Edition, which is named quite appropriately, actually. So Life is Strange Ultimate Edition is going to cost you quite a bit, though. It will cost a whopping $80 US to spend, but it will definitely be worth the price. So in addition to getting everything that came in the regular edition and the deluxe editions of Life is Strange True Colors, that includes the Alex Chen outfit pack, the Life is Strange Hero outfit pack, and the Life is Strange Wavelengths prequel DLC, you will also get access to the Life is Strange Remastered Collection when it releases early next year. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Life is Strange Remastered Collection will be an HD remaster of Life is Strange 1 and Life is Strange Before the Storm, which told the stories of Max and Chloe, while also showing Steph's origin story before she came to Haven Springs in Life is Strange True Colors. The Life is Strange Remastered Collection will feature all new graphics, lighting, fully mo-capped animations, which were not done before with Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm. It was all hand animated, and definitely feels like it will be a great addition to the Life is Strange franchise. This was actually supposed to come out on September 30th, the same day as Life is Strange Wavelengths, but due to COVID concerns and just not wanting to crunch the game, Deck 9 confirmed that the game will be delayed to early 2022 next year, which I'm totally fine by. True Colors and Wavelengths will keep us entertained until then. My guess is Life is Strange Remastered Collection will probably be released sometime in January or February, at the latest, late March, early April. Even then, though, I'm totally fine waiting for it. On top of that, though, with the Ultimate Edition for $80, not only do you get the Life is Strange Remastered Collection, you also get access to the Zombie Crypt outfit for Chloe in Life is Strange Before the Storm Remastered. So this is a brand new outfit that Chloe will be able to use in Life is Strange Before the Storm Remastered that you will only get if you buy the Ultimate Edition. Again, it's not that big, really. It's kind of her classic outfit, but the tank top is a zombie hand rising out of the ground instead of like the normal skull pattern that it was back in Season 1. It's just something extra if you want to buy it. So if you're thinking of getting the Life is Strange Remastered Collection, I think you might as well get the Ultimate Edition, because then you just get the Remastered Collection for a discounted price. And so, that is pretty much everything you need to know about the basics of Life is Strange True Colors. As I said before, we are just less than 3 weeks away from the release of this game, before it releases on September 10th for Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS4, PS5, PC, Switch, and Google Stadia. But this is not the end of me covering Life is Strange True Colors, as join me back next week when we'll be taking a deeper dive into how exactly Alex Chen will compare to Life is Strange protagonists before her, and how her power of being an empath compares to Max's power of time travel and Daniel's power of telekinesis. If you're excited for that video as much as I am, be sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I will see you guys later.